Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the video series of British English literature. And now we are going to discuss more about coffee houses. So, welcome all. This house culture is very extensive information during the 18th century in England. It also included a lot of coffee houses timeline, which is notable coffee houses of the 18th century. So the role of this coffee houses also is otherwise called as club houses, with in lot of peculiar information related to what the political reforms. King Charles II distrust and temporary shutdown of the coffee houses. So the process of licensing coffee houses, the reforms of the coffee houses in literature and coffee houses at present. So we are going to discuss all these things related to the coffee houses. So, coffee houses were a place for men to discuss current issues. Many coffee houses became popular because of the famous poets and writers who frequented them. For example, the first picture of Lloyd's of London, Wells, which became famous from John Dryden and an English poet, probably looked similar to this. Coffee houses conversations were not always about serious issues. In fact, they could become uh, sometimes they could become out of control since most coffee houses served alcohol. Many poets claim to be influenced by the coffee house culture. On being Alexander Pope, his famous Rape of the Log is claimed to be composed out of gossip heard in a coffee house. So, throughout the Restoration in England, we find coffee houses are very important. Here, we have the timeline of the coffee houses. 1650, England's first recorded coffee houses opened in Oxford. 1652, London's first coffee house, Pasqua Rossi, opens in St. Michael's Alley. London's second coffee house, the Rainbow, which was opened in Florida. 1675, coffee house climb makes men unfruitful, so it relates to women. The character of a coffee house's pamphlet, many pamphlets has been issued, and the importance of the coffee houses have been spread across the country. So, within a very short span of time, approximately 2,000 coffee houses existed in London. Coffee houses then and now. So when coffee house opened in the 1700s, they were places of heated debates and diffusions, discussions. All the topics were for debate, and famous writers, journalists, and political figures commonly frequented their local coffee houses to meet and to interact. Men were all welcome, while women were banned from most coffee houses. They also usually served alcoholic beverages, and the atmosphere could be very rowdy. It means very fussy. Coffee houses today are very different. They only serve beverages like coffee and tea, and food such as cookies and badges. There are some well known chains such as Starbucks, and every town usually has a local shop as well as famous. People still go to the coffee houses. So, this coffee houses in 1800s has been a best example for today. So, here, where people spend time to relax themselves, to find time for themselves. So, most probably famous people till now they go to coffee houses, although the atmosphere is extremely different. For instance, people go to do their work or chat with a friend. There are never any loud or out of control debates, as coffee houses today are generally quiet places. So, comparing old coffee houses, so that we find lot of confusions and commotions. But here in our today coffee houses, we find generally coffee houses generally quiet places for people to spend time with their near and dear ones.